So for me, French provincial soup with prawns is just one of those meals that you could have as a little afternoon meal, or, you know, it's a little lunch, a little dinner. It's just something that's delicious and healthy. So obviously garlic, it's got to have a heap of garlic. Some onions I'll get you to finely dice, and the fennel. Now, Parisian and provincial food is very, very different. You know, you get, I think, a much healthier type of food with provincial food, and you get those heavy, big dishes with the Parisian type foods. But often they've got a lot of citrus in them. So they've got some orange zest, which I'm just going to take a 2-centimetre slice of.
I love all those flavours. Just everything's so nice and fresh and simple. People think French food is that really fancy stuff, but most of it's, you know, exactly what you said, you know, just farmer food.
Yeah, it's farmer food. It's exactly what it is.
Beautifully made and fresh.
Every time we would go to the markets, oh, you'd fall in love. You'd find something new.
Well, I don't know about that, but...
Well, I'd fall in love with food.
I could see you falling in love, chasing all those beautiful Frenchmen around, I suppose. There we go. Those beautiful French women.
I was only young.
Goodness, I could fall in love. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. Young and pretty.
All right, so I've popped the onion and the garlic in the pan, and I'm just going to sweat that down a little bit. And I put a little bit of olive oil in here as well.
I suppose that's a romantic part of being an 18-year-old girl in France, you know? Just sort of everything is rosy and shiny and tasty.
Well, it's a country that, in my opinion, they seem to do it right when it comes to food, and it's a very beautiful country, it's a beautiful language. I was very happy being there, let's put it that way.
There we go.
OK, so we're going to chop the fennel in as well. And I've got some tinned tomatoes, some stock, and I'm actually using verjuice. So verjuice, the French would not like this, I can assure you. So verjuice is made from grapes. It's without the alcohol. So it's a really good alternative if you're obviously not wanting to have the strong alcohol flavour in foods, but it still has that delicious grape wine type flavour to it and taste to it.
Some people like to drink the alcohol and use the verjuice just for cooking. I don't know. What do you think about that one?
That's my preference. I think, you know, this is a type of food I want any age group to eat. And also it's about trying new products and trying new ingredients and seeing how they work.
Is that enough fennel for you?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. I love fennel. It's got that aniseed flavour. It's just nice and crunchy as well, great in salads. But cooking as well is a great thing.
All right. You can see that's just gone to be a little bit translucent in the onion, or the colour. And what I'm going to pop in is half a cup of the verjuice.
I'm still crunching on that fennel. It's beautiful. You know, the fennel and seafood go so well together. The verjuice in there, about half a cup, you reckon?
Yeah, and I'll get you to get that stock for me.
Sure.
It's chicken stock I'm using, or you could use vegetable stock. But I often have more than what is needed, just in case I need to top it up throughout. So I'm going to put about 1.5 cups.
And the tip is, if you do make your own stock, is you can freeze it in small blocks. So just pop it in, use it as you need it, instead of freezing it in large volumes.
That's a really smart idea. Could you pass me the tinned tomatoes, please? Thank you.
And that goes straight in. This is simple.
This is such a simple dish. You don't really need to mess with food when it's as good as this.
You've got lovely fresh ingredients in there. Bring it all to the boil and I think it's just about done.
So I'm going to pop the orange zest in here, a little bit of cloves, some ground cloves.
Just a tiny bit, yeah.
Just a little bit, because it's a very, very strong flavour. And then what I'll do is I'm going to put some saffron and the prawns. So I've got about anywhere between half a kilo to a kilo of prawns.
But you could use anything, couldn't you? Any sort of seafood, really, in this?
If you wanted to.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a fish stew, which I make, which is similar in flavour, and I use a lot of different seafoods. What we're going to do, I'm going to let that cook for about 5 minutes. It doesn't take long. So we're going to make the rouille. So normally that would be made with something like mayonnaise.
And potato. I would make it with potato, yeah.
But what we're going to do is we're actually going to use yoghurt. So we've got some cayenne pepper, I've got some paprika, more garlic. Got to have more garlic. Yep, crush that garlic for me. I'm going to pop this straight into here.
And chop that nice and fine. Now, I did sprinkle a little bit of salt on this garlic, just to grind that. That's OK?
Yeah, that's a really, really easy way to grind garlic. Actually, funny enough, I did learn that in the south of France, because you've got something coarse like the sea salt, and you just, with the back of your knife, trail it back, and it crushes the garlic so quickly. You don't have to clean those annoying garlic crushers, which I just can never clean.
There we go. That's the analogue method, but I reckon the good old-fashioned analogue method works for me. And that garlic's going to be really strong and powerful. I can smell it.
Nice. All right, so I'll get you to put some cayenne pepper and the paprika in here for me.
Just a pinch of each.
That'd be great. And some lemon juice.
Sure. Lovely. Pinch of that. There we go. Cut straight through there, and I'll squeeze this through my fingers so we don't get any seeds in there. Both halves, do you think?
No, I think that's probably enough, actually, just one. Yep. All right, that's good. I'm going to let this cook for a couple of minutes and then we can plate this up.
Zoe, this is going to taste wonderful. I already can tell that this is going to be a delicious dish.
All right, agent. This is ready to eat.
It smells ready. It smells fantastic, Zoe.
What I'd love you to do, before we do that,
yes.
I've just baked a little bit of baguette. You can use wholemeal or you can use white, it really doesn't matter. Put a little bit of the rouille on it, and we're just going to put that at the bottom. So when we put the soup on it, it all soaks in and
Oh, that's a clever idea.
delicious.
I like that. Don't know about the yogurt, but, you know, we'll see about that.
Something a little different, you know. I'm always about changing up the norm and healthifying, but also making it tasty as well.
Let me have a little taste of that. Oh, beautiful. That is nice.
Good.
Lots of garlic in there, really strong. Oh, look at that.
Yum.
Fork and spoon is ready. You're not going to get it down there quick enough before I get into it.
Be careful, it's very hot.
Yep.
But it's a beautiful, healthy French Provençal prawn soup. It's simple, but you know what? It's just such a wonderfully French dish.
I love it. I can taste just a little bit of clove in there, which makes it nice. It looks great. Lots of prawns in there. What could be wrong with that? And it is quite tasty. And you know what I like? It's quick, you know, and I'm just wanting to get into that soaked bread there.
Yeah, that's what I'm digging down for.
Zoe, this is a great dish. And you know what? I think it's a great entree to my main course.